you will find that a person who is otherwise in a sound state of mind, very practical in their approach to life, and very reasonable person, logical person, ending up in relationship dynamics which is very harmful and toxic. So why do people who are otherwise pretty practical and sane and have their life sorted in the other aspects end up in relationship dynamics that are sabotaging? The reason is that the skills to have a relationship doesn't lies in one's logical aptitude, but it lies in one's emotional aptitude. They might be very sorted when it comes to logical reasoning, but they don't have the same capacity when it comes to emotional reasoning. So emotional reasoning works very differently from logical reasoning. So since we are a generation of adults who really didn't have such resources to make ourselves better when it comes to our emotional skills, we might have a lot to show off to the society, but inside we are struggling with a lot of things, and relationship issues are one of the biggest ills in our life. Now, you'll have to understand something, that a person being logical and reasonable has very little to do with why they're stuck in an abusive relationship, because many people come to me for tarot readings asking advice on such situation, but they fail to implement it because managing emotions doesn't happen the same way you can manage a situation practically. Okay, it is much more subtle and deeper, and abusive relationships work on the same mechanism as addiction. Our nervous system is hijacked essentially by the abuser, the toxic dynamic. In the same way, an abusive substance like alcohol or drugs will hijack our nervous system. So if you have seen people struggling with substance abuse, it is very difficult for them to come out of that addiction. Another reason is sunk cost fallacy. Often people, they refuse to accept the fact that if they have invested many years in a relationship, letting it go right now would mean a failure. Because how we see it is that the time and energy we have invested over time should lead to something positive, and people are more likely to continue to do that because it feels familiar than to quit it and start something more meaningful. So it is emotional investment. A loss of that means a loss to your personal self-worth.